Zacchaeus. What a guy. We're going to call him Zach. Zacchaeus is a little bit too much of a mouthful for me. He climbed a tree. Who has climbed a tree? Wave your hands in the air. I've climbed a tree. Who's got stuck up a tree? Has anyone fallen out a tree? Carl's waving his hands over there. Has anybody got any other injuries from a tree, like a scraped knee or hopefully nothing too serious? Well, Zacchaeus, Carl's obviously been in hospital with all that waving from falling out a tree. Zacchaeus was a short guy, so he decided to climb a tree to see Jesus. I wonder if he needed a ladder to get out. Don't know. But Jesus went over to the tree and called Zach down. He was like, knock, knock, knock. Zach, come down, come down, come down. And the people in the crowd were like, what's he doing? Jesus, come away from that guy. Don't bother with Zach. He's a meanie. He takes all our money. He lies about it. We have to pay him so much money, and he's just generally not a nice guy. You don't want to hang around with him, Jesus. Everyone knew Jesus was a nice guy, so they kind of didn't understand it. We know he's the king. We learnt that yesterday. The king who knows us, not like our queen of the country, but a king who knows our hearts, who knows how many hairs are on our head. He knows our name. He knows where we live. We know he's God's son. And we know that Jesus is able to forgive us when we do wrong things, the wrong things that get in the way between us and God. They just kind of build up between us and God, like times when we lie to our friends or our family, or we wind up our brothers and sisters, like poking them and pulling their hair on purpose. When we're not kind, those kind of things get in the way between us and God, and that's the sin, that's the wrong thing. So Zach had so much of this sin in his life. It was in between him and God, and he was just lost. He couldn't see God. So who did Jesus come to forgive then? Well, the story of Zach helps us figure that out. It helps us unpack who Jesus came to earth for. So we know Zach was a meanie. He was an awful guy. He cheated, he lied. Nobody really wanted to be friends with him, but Zach didn't really care about this. He did these things all the time. It was kind of his job sometimes to take money, but then he lied about how much money, and he just kept doing it. There was so much sin between him and God that Zach couldn't see God. He ignored God. So why did Jesus, this really nice guy, the king, picked Zach out the crowd? There would have been really lovely people, like the people who help the little old grannies across the road with their shopping, and the people who take in sick puppies and nurse them back to health, and the people who were like always really kind, even to the meanest bullies, or even kind to the teachers who give us so much work, it's ridiculous. So those people would have been in the crowd. So why did Jesus choose to go with the meanest person and not the kindest person? Jesus decided he was going to show us how his love worked. Now, hear me right. You don't need to be mean for Jesus to love you. We should always be kind. He loves you whether you're the kindest person or the meanest person, but you don't need to be mean for Jesus to love you. What Jesus gave Zach was a choice to make a different decision. Jesus invited himself to Zach's house. Maybe they had pizza and chips, or maybe some coleslaw and garlic bread on the side. Imagine being the meanest bully and the king invites himself over. I know I'd be like, oh my goodness, I need to tidy my room. Like, quickly, arrange my teddies. I'll get that set out that I got for my birthday because then that will impress him. We'll have the nicest thing to eat for dinner so we can hang out. So maybe they didn't eat pizza and chips. Maybe they had like bread and olives, but if it was me now, I'd probably have pizza and chips. So, okay, this happened. Jesus, the king, God's son, says to me, to you, to your breakout room leaders, no one has done so much bad stuff that I don't want to hang out with you. I want to be friends with you. I want you to be the best person that you can be. So Zach and Jesus are having dinner. Maybe they had some lemonade or some Coke with straws, special occasion. After all, Jesus was the biggest celebrity. Maybe they chatted about the football or Minecraft, or I don't know what hobbies they had, so they had some chat. But after they'd finished their pudding, maybe millionaire shortbread or honey ice cream, Zach had a little think. He realised the kindness and the goodness of Jesus. Now, is anyone good at their 4 times table? Because Zach had to do this maths pretty quick. So whatever money he said he took from all the people in the town, he said he'd pay them back 4 times the amount. Imagine that. So much money. So Zach started taking account details from people and making bank transfers, writing checks for the people who don't have internet banking, and he gave them back all the money. All that cheating and lying, he stopped and he said, I know how to make this right again. Spending time with Jesus helped Zach to see how much he was hurting, how much he was cheating others around him. That wasn't who God had made him to be. God hasn't made us to be meanies and bullies. He's made us to be kind and gracious and good to others. And that's who God is. He's kind and good, and that's what he wants us to be. Jesus helped Zach see how he could be better. And Zach wanted to start being better. Zach's heart had changed. And Jesus wants us to know that when we follow him, when we do the things in the Bible that he has asked us to do, we can grow and be more like him. Now, we don't like grow an extra arm or an apple or an acorn. We grow in things like joy and love and kindness and goodness. And those kind of things make the world a better place. When Zach followed Jesus, he changed. And when we follow Jesus, we can change too. Now, to learn more about Jesus, we can read the Bible a little bit more, or we can ask our grown-ups about how Jesus walked on the earth and what he did. And that's how we can see Jesus' love and we can be more like him. We are going to do some more chatting and catching now. So if you remember from yesterday, we are going to tell God some answers to the questions. You can walk around, you can jump around, you can roll around, or you can just sit. Sometimes it's a little bit easier if you close your eyes because you can really think about the question that you're telling God. I will ask the question and you can tell God in a quiet voice or in a whisper, or just in your head. So let's get set up, ready for chat and catch. So get a nice comfortable position or move your body however you're going to move it when you chat to God. Close your eyes if that's going to help you. Put your hands out because maybe you might catch something from God. God might tell you something, or you might see something that you think might be from God. Are we ready? Tell God how many pancakes you had yesterday. Tell God who your best friend is. Tell God when the last time you did something wrong. Tell God your favourite between summer and winter. Tell God where your favourite place to be is. God is so interested in everything that we want to chat to him about. We're just going to wait a moment and we're going to see if we can catch anything from him. So something might pop into your head, or you might be thinking about something, and just say, God, is that from you? If it is from him, you might want to share with your grown-up, or you can keep it to yourself. God, thank you that no matter what we've done, that you still want to come and see us, you still want to come and be friends with us. You are our friend. Thank you that Jesus can take away all those wrong things and we can be friends with you. Thank you for these secret agents who are joining me this morning, chatting and catching to you, Lord. Amen. We are going to go into a time of worship now. So there will be a video, so jump, dance around, sit, sing, watch or read, and let's just tell God how amazing we think he is through our words and song.